Hi, welcome to Monday, the 31st of January. Today is the first day of Unit 2. We started with writing in our planners, and then I started asking students a whole slew of questions. I wrote down our collective ideas on the whiteboard, and then after we've completed the questioning, the what is present in all living things, what is present in a cell, what elements from the periodic table are most common in cells, and what molecules make up the structures in the cells, then we built our unit cover page with this information on it in our notebooks on page 17. If you'd like to see page 17, what we produced today, then you're going to want to go take a look at our notebooks. You can see that in Google Classroom, and you can also see that right here. Our notebook has been updated, so you can see that the Unit 1 material moved down, and we currently have our Unit 2 material at the top of our notebook link. So you can see we've got Unit 2, Building Blocks of Life. We talked about how organisms are all made out of cells, that all cells have DNA, cytoplasm, cell membrane or envelope, and ribosomes, and that these are all called organelles, which just mean a small little organ that has a very specific job as a part of a larger system. Then we talked about how DNA, cytoplasm, cell membranes, and ribosomes are all made out of four major ingredients. And those ingredients are molecules called carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. And then the last piece, we took a look at that periodic table, and your classmates and I together came up with the atoms from the periodic table that are most common in all of our nucleic acids, proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates. So that is SPONCH, SPONCH. We've got the terms or the actual names of the elements: sulfur, phosphorus, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, and hydrogen. And if you know those six letters and their symbols, or you know those symbols and their names, then you don't have to memorize it. But if you're not sure that you're going to remember the S is for sulfur and the P is for phosphorus and so on, then you should do a little bit of flashcard work just so that's really, really commonly and comfortably in your head. After we did that, we then did a couple of card sorts where we looked at a whole bunch of different images and we put them in order from organism to an organ system to an organ to tissue and so forth, all the way down to the atomic level. That was something we did in class together. And then we came back to this page and we identified that this butterfly or whatever it is the student drew is at the organism level, and that cells are at the cellular level, and that we've got molecular level and then all the way down to the atomic level. The next thing that we did was look at a set of cards where students were asked to put them in piles of what's matter and what's not matter. I didn't give out any definitions. I just wanted students to look at what their gut instinct told them and what their peers and they discussed. Students may have even been able to make a list of the cards that were matter, not matter, and then the ones they weren't sure of, they had to write right across this midline. If students didn't get all of that work done or all of the what is the matter done and documented in their notebook on page 18, then we'll be able to continue that and finish that first thing tomorrow on Tuesday. So let's get rid of this and go back to our agenda. So we filled in our page 17 with our unit cover page and all of the details, the answers for these questions. And then we considered what matter was. I also, during class time, asked for any students who had made upgrades to their page 13 over the weekend to show me their work so I was able to upgrade it in the gradebook. So there's no additional homework other than to make certain that page 17 is complete and beautiful and organized and that 18 got started. We might have to finish that tomorrow on Tuesday. Thanks very much and have a great night.